It was a clear movement, a black power movement. I mean, we grew our hair. We let our noses get large and our lips get larger, and blackness was something that we were in love with, passionately. We marched around black as could be. Matter of fact, we blacked out, some of us. So, in the absence of a movement, what happens? The circus comes to town. The circus is the town, and you can never get out of town. So we've got people staying online to be clowns. They're waiting for their big Mickey Mouse ears and their Donald Duck beak, and they want to make you laugh. It's okay. I've got faith. I work with a lot of young people. I recognize the genius that has not been destroyed. I recognize the beauty that has not been tarnished. I recognize the strength that can never be weakened. And you are a reflection of all of that. Give yourselves a nice hand. Everybody say free.
Free.
Grow.
Grow.
Misery.
Misery.
Down.
Down.
True.
True.
Sad.
Sad.
A lift.
A lift.
Here.
Here.
8 little words. That's all you gotta remember. We're gonna do a little call and response. I'm gonna say the words again. You crazy glue them into your mind. I know you're hip hop people, so you should be able to remember 8 words. All right? So free, grow, misery, down, true, sad, a lift. Here, let's see if we can do this. I want to be what I can be, to be proud, healthy, and
free.
Whoa, y'all weren't even retarded. That's wonderful. You're right on it. Oh my God. Let's try it one more time. That sounds good. I want to be what I can be, to be proud, healthy, and
free.
Want to say what I know to help my brothers and sisters
grow.
I want to feel good about me and blame no one for my
misery.
Cause I'll be strong to turn it around. I want to go up, I'm not going
down.
Want to do what I can do to make all my dreams come
true.
Remember my past, the good and bad, how I made it art even when it was sad. Want to share whatever my gift, and when you're feeling low, I'll give you
a lift.
I want to live without fear and know that I'm blessed for being
here.
And know that you're blessed for being
here.
And know that we're blessed for being
here.
I want to be what I can be, to be proud, healthy, and
free.
I want to say what I know to help my brothers and sisters
grow.
I want to feel good about me and blame no one for my
misery.
Cause I'll be strong to turn it around. I want to go up, I'm not going down. I want to do what I can do to make all my dreams come true. Remember my past, the good and bad, how I made it art even when it was sad. Want to share whatever my gift, and when you're feeling low, I'll give you a lift. I want to live without fear and know that I'm blessed for being
here.
And know that you're blessed for being
here.
And know that we're blessed for being
here.
Know that you're blessed. Woo.
Okay, wherever you're most comfortable. So, for people who aren't familiar with yourself, why don't you just introduce yourself?
My name is Abdul, and I'm one of the founding members of the Last Poets. And we are given credit for being the progenitors of hip-hop. But I always like to make it clear to people that we are part of a tree that could probably be referred to as oral tradition that's been going on since Africans knew how to make sounds. So we're just continuing a tradition that is thousands of years old. We decided that Our major instruments would be our voice and the drums. And even today, that still has more impact than anything else. And I'm very grateful because we've been around for a long time, and we have a lot of people who have shown love for us, and it continues to grow. I'm on my way to France next week. It's like I'm constantly traveling and performing. And now that we have a whole lot of people who want to be poets, it seems my job is even a little bit more special. And I'm very appreciative. I'm very glad that I'm looking at the new Poetry Brigade take place right in front of my face. It's a joy to behold because the creativity has not died.
Yeah. Well, you talked about that oral tradition, and I'm from a Jewish background where they believe very much there's a living connection between the ancestors and the living people.
There's no doubt
Talk
about
about the Jacob's ladder is that ladder
Right.
that connects the two worlds.
Yeah, any intelligent group of people will definitely give credence, respect, and sacredness to their ancestors.
Of course.
Because when you don't, you just cut your heart out. I mean, this is how we know we came through some other people. So, us reaching back and taking on a style that was very primal, drums and voice, it connected with everyone. And I think the main reason, besides the fact that we had that basic format, we were sincere.
Oh yeah.
And when anytime you have passion and the truth, and it just makes it something that you want to hear because you know that the person is not running their mouth. They're trying to say something to move you, to motivate you, to spark something in you so that you'll maybe light a fire yourself.
Yeah. Well, also, like you say, that passion, and young people are certainly passionate because they see the phoniness in the world around them.
Oh yeah.
So, what were the influences on you as a young man? Were you?
Well, there was a movement going on. That's the big difference between me and the kids today. When I came on the scene, there was a clear Black Power movement happening.
Frame it in a historical context. What years we're talking
I'm
about?
talking about 1968 is when I came on the scene, and when the last poets were born. And you know, we're talking about this is a period of the afros and dashikis and folks changing their names, a la Muhammad Ali from Cassius Clay and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from Lou Alcindor. So this is a change, and we were taking this bad boy on. I mean, strongly. It was like, yeah, we're gonna make a change now, and we're gonna do it with our permission. In other words, it's understood that if you really want to be free, you can't ask anyone to give you your freedom. You have to take it. So we took a very strong, arrogant position back in the 60s to be free and to wear our fros and accentuate our looks and to praise our blackness and all of that. These kids don't have that. And I always say that in the absence of a movement, the circus comes to town. So you have a lot of people standing in line to be clowns. And a lot of people don't have the reverence of the movement for making productive change, like what the Panthers are trying to do in Chicago before they got mowed down by the FBI. And what the last post did, we had a place beyond just the fact that we did poetry. We had a place like this place where we would have folks over every night doing workshops and cooking food and sharing ideas, and oh my God. So that's not happening. The dollar bill, right now, it appears the dollar bill has won. Our value wasn't the dollar bill back in the day. Our value was each other and the liberation of each other.
Yeah.
That's still my system, but now I realize that the people who need liberation are more than just black people. So when we go on the road now, people ask me, are the last poets still about the black and white issues? I say, no, we're about humanity versus inhumanity. And you can be black as night. If you're an inhumane person, you're an enemy of mine. There's no doubt about that. So the color thing is not nearly as important because a lot of people are contaminated. And what we want to do is get back to humanity. And that's the whole point. If we can get back to humanity, man, it would be amazing how the stress will just fade away. because we got people, everybody's looking out for each other. And that's something that we're not seeing a lot of. We're seeing a lot of rudeness. We've seen a lot of sloppy behavior. We've seen a lot of selfish behavior. And I know that that's just a front. That's not really who we are.
Yeah.
Because there's nowhere in the world, black people especially, could have survived in this hemisphere this long if we were nasty towards each other.
For sure.
So the majority of us have pulled together, and we are still pulling together, but the highlights are always the pathos.
Yeah.
Somehow Hollywood gets off on showing the pain and the misfortunes, and many of us believe that that's who we really are. That's only a moment in passing, and that's not who we are. So I love the creativity of our young people. I'm working with our people all the time. I mean, and some of the known artists I recorded on their CDs, like Nas's latest CD, and we had Chuck D on ours, and I was also on Common's CD, and Dead President's CD. So they seek us out to get some kind of a reaffirmation about what they're doing.
Well, it's from time immemorial, the younger generation finds its value and clarity and direction from their elders.
Yeah, and I've taken on that. I've become one of those people.
How's that feel? I mean, because you experience being the voice, challenging authority, and now you have a lot of spiritual authority in your position and your longevity.
I don't feel old because I still got a jump shot. I still play basketball, and I'm still doing my thing. I'm killing some younger cats. But I feel very necessary. I feel, and I know, because my memory is so very good, I know the history that I represent. And I also realize that it's a responsibility that I pass that history on to the young people who are around me. So those stories won't be lost. And maybe they can even see some of the mistakes we made so they won't make them too. It doesn't always work like that, but that's the idea. But it's a pleasure being considered an elder at this moment, because there are quite a number of young kids, and all young kids, they respect the elders when the elders show respect to them.
Yeah, I just personally want to thank you for the impact you had on my life. I was a white Jewish kid in upper middle class suburbia, and I was watching a TV show where Curtis King played saxophone. I forget what it was, and you guys were on that.
King Curtis, yeah.
King Curtis, okay. I forget whose show it was.
Yeah, it was on Soul.
Yeah, Soul, exactly. And you did The White Man Has a God Complex, and I didn't read it as black and white. I recognize the things that I found as dysfunctional in my culture were there, and someone was pointing it out. And when I said it, I was just weird. When you said it, on the one hand, it struck fear in many of my white peers. On the other hand, it made people think about what is it, where do we stuck? Because we all get stuck in, how many times have we all, as an individual or a culture, saying, why did I end up doing that stupid thing?
Right.
And I think that part of the white culture that, I think we're more from the written tradition than the oral tradition. And we kind of kill the natural flow of spontaneity without necessarily knowing how to get out of our own way.
That's a very, very sound point, because in the religion I practice, which is the Yoruba religion, there is no book where you can go in and see the words dead in the page and then wait for a preacher or somebody to bring them to life. There's no book. And when you do go by things that were prescribed in writing, it kind of restricts you from the jazz in your life, because life is about improvisation, and all that's really required is that you have good intentions and that you want to help someone and not hurt someone. But we've got a lot of people who have taken the Bible, taken the Quran, and they've twisted terms to satisfy themselves, and they find justification to kill their neighbor based on whatever they say their religious beliefs are. And I think that's I think it's madness, because if you really recognize that you're a human being on this planet and you enjoy the smell of a flower and the touch of rain, we have to really recognize that we can, and then also recognizing the law of karma. So when you throw out some bad stuff, you're going to get some bad stuff back. And we really need to concentrate on it, because it would stop us at the past if we recognize that we can't get away with doing dirt to others. Others have done dirt to us, but it's not our job to do dirt back, because that dirt that they did to us we'll bury them. We're gonna move forward. We're looking for fresh air and fresh water, and I like what's happening right now because I work with young people, and I know they're hungry, they're thirsty, and I've been very lucky and very blessed that for them to see me as somebody that they want to come and be around.
I'm so glad for them that you are available because
I try to be very accessible, and it seems to drive everybody else crazy because my son said, "You should charge people, man. They just come over eating up your food." And I said, "Listen, I'm glad that I got food in the house for them to eat."
Okay.
You know, I said, and evidently, if I can afford to do this every weekend, I should do it.
Yeah.
I said because my rent's paid, so you know. But it's a nurturing process, and it's what people. You know, we always talk about. It takes a village to raise a child. I mean, that's a line from a book, and then Hillary made it famous by repeating it.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is that that's very true. But the reality is that the village has got to be pretty broke. It's got to be, if it's a messed up village full of twisted minded people, perverted, diabolical idiots, then the child's going to pick up some of that from the village.
Of course.
And so the village raising that child, but in the wrong way. So we have to make sure, we have to try to clean up and heal on whatever level we can and be an example of what we feel in our hearts is the right thing to do. You know, it's not saying, oh, you got to join my religious faith, you got to be a Christian, you got to be a Muslim, you got to be this. No, just be a human being who cares. That's not a real tough thing to do. But of course, if you're sad and sick within yourself, then you'll create that outside. And I feel bad for those people, but we do have quite a few folks who are not well walking around. And so we need to, I'm trying to adjust all my young writers who I deal with. I'm saying, you know, y'all can describe the pain magnificently. I said, let's concentrate on describing what we want to see.
Wow.
Let's work on.
See, that's the wisdom of the elders.
Yeah, let's work on that because, I mean, a lot of times, you know, people, when they hear, I mean, they can talk, ooh, God, she was sleeping in piss and her mind was shut down by hatred and all kind of, I mean, yeah, okay, we can go there, but that's not how she survived.
Yeah.
You know, and we need to show in her worst condition what flowers could she smell.
Yeah.
You know, what taste did not jolt her taste buds. I mean, there's still something worth saving, and that's what we have got to promote as writers, playwrights, poets, songwriters, essayists, journalists, because we've been wallowing in hell for some time.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. During that time, just shortly before Last Poets came on the scene, you really had a golden age of soul music in terms of perform music. And they were really singing about the part when you look at My Girl or Hold On, I'm Coming.
One of the greatest poems ever written. I even today I can go into a second grade class and just say I got sunshine on a cloudy day, and the kids will in the next one to say that when it's cold outside I got the Milky Way. I'm saying now y'all are 6 and 7. How do you know that?
Yeah.
Is it in your DNA? Did it come with you at birth? But the poetry is rich. And Smokey Robinson is one of our great poets who just